The Three Little Ducklings by Crystal Mathis and Miss Morrison's second grade class. There once were three little ducklings who lived in the Louisiana swamps. The big bad otter shared the swamps with them. The ducklings were always worried that the big bad otter would eat them for supper. The big bad otter was not mean. He was just always hungry. You see, the otter made the mistake of eating just one little duckling in the swamp. He didn't mean to, but the duckling sure was tasty. The ducklings did not want to be the next meal for the big bad otter. They were going to prove how smart they were. Now the ducklings needed a place to live, so the youngest duck, Daphne, was building her house out of pine straw. The pine straw was easily found thanks to all the pine trees in the swamp. The big bad otter saw Daphne working hard and was suddenly hungry. He decided to go see what she was having for supper. The otter politely knocked on the door, but there was no answer. He just couldn't wait any longer for food. The big bad otter used his big tail to knock the pine straw house down. Daphne did not want to be supper, so she ran next door to her brother Dilly's house. Dilly was pretty smart. He had thought a while about what he could use in the swamp to make his house. He decided a house made out of cypress logs could not be destroyed by the big bad otter. The big bad otter was really hungry now. He went to Dilly's house and politely knocked on his door. When no one answered, he knocked down the house with one slap of his big tail. The house was gone. Dewey was the oldest of the three ducks. He was also the smartest, so he thought a long time about what to make his house out of. Then it came to him. He will make his house out of red clay. All Dewey had to do was dig it up. It was perfect. There was a loud bang on the front door. It scared Dewey nearly to death. In came Daphne and Dilly, running from the big bad otter. The big bad otter was now determined to get food for supper. He didn't even knock this time. He just slapped his tail to destroy the house. But the house didn't move. The otter hit it again and again, but nothing happened. The red clay house was still standing. The big bad otter was confused. His tail always destroyed the ducklings' houses. And now his tail hurt. It was starting to swell. The three little ducklings were jumping for joy when the big bad otter left. The three little ducklings were never bothered by the big bad otter again. The end. A huge thank you to Miss Morrison's second grade class for drawing the pictures.